Hmm?
Yeah, it's recording. Okay, we are recording now.
Sing is bad.
We're here. We're here and alive.
What'd you say? All I heard
During
was
quarantine.
Melvin went like, sing is bad.
You
Song
guys
is
don't have
bad?
coronavirus. What,
Is
what,
it?
What song?
No,
I don't know.
it's not.
Why are you talking?
All right, I'm not gonna say anything starting now.
For the rest of the... Whoa, we're echoey.
Yeah, it's because
Turn it off.
Oh, I gotta get this all. There you go. All right, we're not echoey.
I'm drinking coffee. In
We're back after we're
the
kind of late again. As
hedgehog
always. Well,
mug.
last time we were a week late,
Hedgehog mug.
and we didn't. No, look at that. It's nice, pretty. It's been a while.
We missed it by a day.
Yeah, we missed it by a day, but
Yeah.
it's not like anyone's,
Waiting for
tweeting
at us for the next
tweeting at
episode.
us like, where is it?
Yeah, but consistency is nice.
Yeah, it is nice, but it'd be nice if someone did that.
It'd be nice if... Yeah. If
Yeah,
I-
tweet us.
It'd be, yeah. It'd be nice. If we
That'd be
got
cool.
to- Yeah.
We're not popular
Chris
enough
Angel?
yet. Yeah, I know he's watching.
Mm-hmm.
You got
Of
to
course.
him that crunch.
He has to be watching.
Mm-hmm. Ever since we flamed him.
So paranormal tier list.
Yeah. Wow, do we want to start with that?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because
I've
I was gonna
been-
talk to you about some.
Nah.
All right.
I've been anxious about this.
Oh, yeah.
Not anxious, just I don't know the word.
We spoke about it last week. If you
If
were
you skip.
here with us last week, you'll know that we spoke about a paranormal tier list, and
Yeah.
here it is.
Is there
So-
any way for us to see your screen on that TV?
Probably, but I'm gonna have to work on that.
All right, so we're just gonna have to.
Yeah, you guys gonna have to scooch. I'm gonna have to
over.
move this. So, you guys, you see the pictures here? So we got the alien.
What's the first one? Oh, Alien.
Yeah, we got alien.
S tier.
Well,
Okay,
hold on.
wait, hold on.
Should I name
Believability
them all
or-
down
or
first, or
scary?
should I just go one by one?
Melvin, should we go one by one, or should we go like?
Or should I list them all first, then start
What?
going one by one?
Well, you can talk. Stop. You're being stupid.
Do you see them?
You're ugly.
One by one, or should we just go through like?
I guess we'll do it first.
We'll
Yeah.
just go straight through.
Aliens.
Straight through, yeah.
Aliens.
Aliens, I think, are
Wait, believability or scary?
Should we do two
Scariness.
separate tier
Yeah,
lists?
separate tier
definitely
lists.
two-
So
let's do
how
separate.
scary they are and how
So which one's the first? How scary?
believable. Okay,
Should we do how
let's-
scary?
Let's do how scary.
How
All
scary?
right,
Yes.
aliens.
I think it's S tier.
I was gonna say A tier.
Yes.
I was gonna
For
say A
me?
tier because like Bigfoot is currently here. You know what I mean? Like Bigfoot can pull up
Whenever.
Currently.
whenever he
Here.
wants. Yeah, aliens they got light years to travel.
The thing is, as in scare factor, I feel like if I saw alien, I'd probably like poop my pants and I
Yeah.
would like cry. Because I remember when I used to watch like those alien shows when I was younger.
Oh yeah, me too.
And they would show like the traditional alien gray face.
Yeah,
I'd always
I
like
hate
look at
that.
that and I'd be
I've
like,
always hated
if
that.
I woke up and I just saw them staring at me, I'd probably like probably die. So you guys are all on board S tier.
majority rules. S
All
tier.
right, S tier.
Mhm.
All right, next one is Bigfoot.
See,
S tier.
See
What?
See and scary.
Scary?
scary. Yeah.
Are we on this? Okay.
Because I feel like if I saw Bigfoot, I wouldn't really be scared. I'd be like, oh look. 'Cause
I'm just afraid of it pulling up like a
Yeah.
gorilla.
You saw that game?
All right.
So you-
Okay, I think I'll say B maybe.
I'd say B.
B.
Yeah, B
B.
tier.
I'm
Because
fine
if
with B.
because if if it did pull up, I guess it'd be scary.
Yeah, because like, what if you go
Yeah.
camping and you see it and you?
That
I
would
mean,
be
if
terrifying.
it approaches me, it depends on the situation.
No, yeah, it's approaching you. Okay. Scary as in like we see them or like they're like right in front of
The
us.
thing is, if I heard the in the middle of the
I'd be
forest, I'd
horrified.
probably
That's
Yeah.
like S tier.
that's S tier scary.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it's broad daylight,
Oh
and
no,
I
no,
see
no.
him
Imagine,
walking
okay.
and
Imagine you're
strolling.
camping, and like, but tents, no cabins. Like you're camping tents,
Uh-huh.
and you hear
That's so.
in the middle of the night, and you hear like rustling branches near you.
I feel like you can't camp anymore.
Yeah.
You're too vulnerable.
Yeah, well, yeah, camping is.
I mean, you just
vulnerable.
set up a whole scenario.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, true.
But it's like it depends on what scenario we're going with. Because I don't know. Because I
You
feel
have
like
to- I guess-
aliens broad daylight. I see them. I'm not scared either.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like it has to be a scenario for each one. No? Yes?
I mean, the normal scenario is you're in the forest.
Yeah, I guess.
For all of these?
No,
Well, no, for the Bigfoot, I'm
The
saying.
most believable scenario for
Yeah.
each
For
one.
alien is like you get abducted, I guess. Right?
Yeah, yeah. I'd be horrified if I got abducted.
Okay. Then I would say
You'd say A?
A.
Yeah, I think A.
Let's
yeah.
do A.
I think we were wrong
Yeah.
A.
about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay,
for
Black
sure.
Eyed Kids.
I don't know this one actually.
You never heard the story about it? I
Nah.
never told you
Yes.
this story?
Nah,
Oh no, wait. I don't think Gabriel was there.
I don't think
Gabriel wasn't there. It was just us two. Where you talked
Give me
about
a
it.
rundown
yeah.
because I think one of you talked about it briefly.
So Black Eyed Kids, I remember when it first came out, people thought it was just like a meme that started online, but there was an actual account of a guy who saw Black Eyed Kids, and his name was Brian, I think, for his last name, honestly. But he was going to pay his internet bill, and he was in like, it was like in a plaza, where like, you know, like how they have like clothing store, they have all that different kind of stuff.
Like where they have like the Marshalls and like
Yeah.
like
Something similar to that, but like in the 80s.
Okay.
I think it was in the 80s. And there was a movie theater there that was like all that kinds of stuff. And so he's outside in front of his internet provider. He's like writing a check to pay the internet bill.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, these kids knock on his window, and they're just staring at him like blankly, like, and he's like, "Oh, Mister, we don't have enough money for the movie. Can you give us money for the movie, or like, no, can you let us in? Can you let us into your car to bring us home so we can get money?" And he said that as soon as he saw them, he was like, first of all, he was like thrown off guard because he was focusing on doing that, and then like all of a sudden he sees like two kids pull up to him, so he was like, "Whoa," you know, he was startled, and then he said I think he said that he was scared, but he didn't know why. Like he was just terrified and not really knowing why. And then he was putting things together where like the movie that they wanted to watch Mortal Kombat. That was like the movie that came out that time. I think it was like a year out already though. It was like one of these old, I think they call it penny theaters or something like that.
Yeah.
And so the movie had started like 30 minutes ago. So it's like, what? By the time I go to your house and get your money, it's like the movie's gonna be almost done. So it's like, what? You know, like these kids are like, what are they talking about?
They're stupid.
Yeah, and all this stuff. And then as the conversation went on, like I think at some point he realized that their eyes were black, like completely black. Like even the whites in their eyes were black. And then they started saying things like, "Oh, come on, Mister, let us in your car. We don't have a gun." And like they were saying stuff like that, and like they were just saying weird things that you just wouldn't normally say. And then he said that he got so terrified that he just drove and like left. And
I think that's also I would say that's a B.
That's a B.
B in scariness because like it's not like they forced themselves in.
That's
and, like,
true.
Broke the
That's
windows
true.
and like did something.
Because Black Eyed Kids, as long as you just like leave.
Yeah, as long as you avoid them,
Yeah.
but it's still like scary.
It's
to be
scary,
in front
yeah.
of them, yeah.
Yeah. So
I would say B.
yeah.
Part of me is like, damn, if that happened to me, I'll like fight. But like,
Melvin's like, I'm gonna punch them to
Yeah,
see what
what's
happens.
But that's
I know.
paranormal though.
Huh?
That's paranormal. Like,
Well, yeah, because a lot of people have had like, there's a lot of accounts. You have to. That's why like,
that sounds like it's like they
I'm
were like.
I'm gonna tweet at Astonishing Legends. You have to listen to that episode
okay,
because like
yeah,
It also depends because I don't know exactly what it is.
yeah,
Because is it just like random kids or is it like actual real kids that are possessed or something?
we don't know because all
Yeah.
the accounts that have been every account, people have just been scared for no reason and they don't know why, and they just want to leave. Their instinct is to leave.
If
I'd still say B.
it's possessed kids, I'd say B. But if it's like
a go.
like a ghost demon combination, I'd say A.
I'd say B.
Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's like white-eyed kids too and stuff, and like there's.
All
like,
right, that sounds like a bunch of baloney.
But in the podcast, they make it sound like. Oh,
But we're
crap,
not talking
this
about
is crazy.
believability now. We're talking about
Yeah.
fear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I say you're mad dumb. That Bloody Mary picture.
What Bloody Mary?
You see a picture
This
of
is Bloody Mary.
I'm really dead.
All right, so B.
B. Yeah.
If there was like a sub, like a B plus,
There,
let's put it in B, and then I'll just acknowledge it
Yeah.
as B plus for
Yeah.
myself.
Okay.
All right, Bloody Mary.
D.
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 Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll do,
Oh, I thought you were about to say
I'll do that 20
D.
times.
Absolutely worst.
I'll do that 20 times over every day.
Yeah.
And will not be scared.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, demons.
A demon.
Man, that's
For me personally, I think that's like
that's like an S.
Yeah.
really.
Because like
I was gonna say like C.
I was gonna say S just because like
I feel like I'm just skeptical of it. So
Again-
again, I feel like I'm never gonna see a demon.
yeah, we're talking about like if
Okay, but like if it actually happened to
if
you.
it happened
What's
like,
the circumstance?
like Paranormal Activity 1, the only good Paranormal Activity movie.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh. I disagree.
That was the only good one.
I disagree.
How?
There were some that shook me, and I thought they were good.
Okay, the one that everybody generally
Yeah,
says
yeah.
is the best one.
Yeah.
That is horrifying.
You're in that scenario.
Like yeah, being like
someone
someone
close to you is
getting
possessed.
like possessed and like crazier and crazier things happen to you. I don't know.
I feel like at first I'd be like,
I don't like the.
but then I also hear like
If it
I've heard of possessions where the person got possessed and they started speaking languages they know.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they don't.
exactly.
And I'm just like,
if
whoa.
it progressed that far, I would say
A.
A, not S.
Actually, yeah. You know what? I think out of everything on this list, that would probably be an A.
Yeah, because I feel like demons is one of those things that if you don't believe it, it's not gonna really do anything to you.
That's literally BuzzFeed Unsolved when they went to the Goatman Bridge. It was supposed to be like this demon thing,
Mhm.
and literally the entire time because they went to like a priest beforehand, and they were like, "Don't do anything to taunt it, don't do anything."
And they
to
did the
invite it in,
exact
don't talk
opposite,
to it."
right?
They did the exact opposite. And nothing happened to them.
Yeah.
They're just like
I feel like it
taunting it the
I
whole
feel like
time.
if you like let yourself believe that, I
Yeah.
feel like you're more susceptible,
Susceptible,
more
yeah.
susceptible to it.
Hey,
I'm not I'm not susceptible to either of anything.
Yeah.
Maybe Bigfoot is probably the most susceptible.
Yeah.
I say, is that next one skeletons?
No.
All right, well, demons. I think A.
What do you think?
I think A.
Yeah.
Majority rules.
The
I'm not
whole
that.
the whole
For me, I'm not that terrified of it. Alrighty.
What's that?
Bigfoot above.
That's the hum.
Can we do Bigfoot above?
What's the hum?
The hum noise. What?
Bigfoot above demons.
No.
No, it just
It
puts
won't let you
It
do
just
it?
put. They're all in the same category. They're all A.
I mean, people usually categorize them like within their lists.
It doesn't let you do
Yeah,
it. Like,
that's weird.
No, it's, I
Wait,
mean,
can
it's
you
fine
drag
like
can you
that.
drag demons before Bigfoot?
no, I think it did it for a second.
I guess not. I guess I'm ugly. Oh,
Oh.
there we go. There we go. Yeah. Because Bigfoot is definitely above demons in this scenario.
That's why we had to. Oh, if you told me, I would have put an A plus.
Yeah. No, it's fine. No,
Yeah.
nah, we're good.
All right, so this is like the hum. Remember like the hum that you guys were talking about, like the noises that people hear
Oh,
Mm.
I think that's C.
That's like a C.
and scary.
Because like, I just
'Cause if
think-
I heard
just
it,
think they're crackheads.
I would definitely just be like,
That's
"What
a
the hell
crackhead.
is that?"
I'll just be like,
Yeah.
that's a crackhead.
The brrrr. Well, there's
Oh, wait,
there's
wait.
different hums.
There's
though.
different like.
Yeah.
There's one.
sounds.
Okay, there's one that sounds like trumpets in the sky,
Yeah,
and people are like, and they record it, and they're like, "What the hell is that?"
but it's like mad loud.
I'd say B.
and then
I'd
there's
say B.
and then there's one that's like it's just like a humming noise that people like. It's like a buzzing noise that people can't explain, and only a couple. People
Oh, and,
can hear.
and like I think it's like some of them sound like angelic.
Isn't that what you hear when like it's completely silent?
No, not that's like ringing in your ears.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not ringing.
I don't know.
I'd put it at B because I think that's a little.
I'd say C.
I think
I
that's a
think
little.
I'd say C too because it's like it's
Really?
not something that can directly hurt you.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah, I
like,
know, but that, I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, I don't like noises.
yeah.
I don't like. You know what I was actually thinking of, Melvin, recently?
What?
We were playing Dead by Daylight again.
Huh?
Sound design is great in that game.
Yeah.
The generators that you make, because you know how like the entire time you're getting chased,
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing the generators, there's like these four like pods that like
Yeah.
move in and out, and when you start the generator, the first one starts moving slowly, and then as you're doing it, as you're completing the generators, the second one starts moving a little bit faster,
Yeah.
and then they start moving faster, and like I don't know, that freaks me out personally of just like a sound ramping up to like being like.
Yeah.
Do you not find that scary? I find that horrifying. And I think Dead by Daylight did that on purpose because it literally starts off with like the first generator thing going,
Yeah, it goes. When you get to the second one, the
It's like-
first one is going off really fast,
and then the third one it started going, and I was like, yo, I was actually kind of panicking.
I think and it's to
when-
drown out like any sounds too, because right.
But I think that's just like a normal because I know
I think
Aaron from
so.
Game Grumps, he doesn't like sounds going like starting from like nothing to
increasing. Yeah.
I find that terrifying too. And so hearing that in Dead by Daylight for the first time, like actually paying attention to it, freaked me
Yeah.
out a little bit.
I
And
was
I'm pretty
actually-
sure they did that on purpose.
I was actually talking to Alex
Mhm.
about this because we went to
Sounds?
Huh?
Like sounds?
Yeah, we went to Dobbs Ferry,
Uh-huh.
and then like we were just chilling, and we were outside near the river, and then like we just heard like this crazy like a Silent Hill siren go off. I think it was like, and I was like, I don't like that at all. Like that's
Yeah.
terrifying to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess that's something I'm scared of. But again,
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, yeah, as long as it doesn't hurt me, it's fine.
Yeah. I guess like for me just out of pure like
Yeah.
I guess caveman instincts, I feel like the hum for
Bunga
me
bunga
would
sound.
be B just because
Enemy.
I don't like the sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enemy sounds equals enemy.
Okay, so see, what's next?
Ghosts.
Ghosts.
I'd say like A.
C.
I'd say A just because like I'm not scared of them hurting me. I just don't want to like I don't know.
You don't want to see one.
Their presence is scary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the amount of times I've been in the living room upstairs and I'm just like I'm seeing things that I get.
Out of the corner
I
of
get
your
scared.
eyes and
Like
stuff.
I don't know what
Yeah.
ghosts are capable of. Can they talk?
I don't know. You can probably find stories of like
Yeah.
ghosts talking to people. You can probably find stories.
Because I
of
know
anything.
like demons could probably talk,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but ghosts, if they can talk, that would kind of.
The story I always hear about ghosts is like, oh, like I looked at the top of the staircase, there was someone, they were looking at me, and then I looked back and they were gone, or like I saw them through the window and then they were gone, or like.
See, the thing is,
A or B, I think.
See, the thing is, if I ever encountered a ghost, right, because I always hear that stereotypical kind of story where it's like I look at them and then I got scared and I looked away and I looked back and then they were gone.
It's not even being scared when you first look at them. It's just looking, kind of seeing something and not really paying attention to it as you turn away, and then making a double take.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
Yeah.
I've had that happen to me so many times. It's crazy.
But see, I'm saying, like, if I was in that situation, I would try to make as much direct eye contact with it as possible.
You give it the stare down.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's
And
the,
walk
but that's, I
towards
think
it.
that's the point of it, though.
There's a story that happened in again Astonishing Legends. They interviewed their friend and they stayed at the Queen Mary. They're two friends. It was like the husband and wife, and the husband, he was the one that he came into that being like, this is bull. Like I don't not believe in ghosts. And like he went to the room and he said like his wife was in the bathroom getting ready for something. Yeah. And he was looking at himself in the mirror, and when he looked, he saw someone in the mirror behind him, and then he knew, like, he instantly knew it was a ghost, and he just stared at them. He did not take his eyes off them, and he was like, I know as soon as I look away, it's not gonna be there anymore. And he just kept staring at it, and he said that they were both staring at each other, and like the ghost was just standing there still, like not moving.
That's such a power move.
And then as soon as he looked away and looked back, it was gone. He like, I knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah,
and that's such a power move.
Yeah, because I feel like if I challenge the ghost, like, you know, like I have power over it.
Yeah.
Like it's like
what are you gonna do, boy?
That's the thing, every time I've seen, I never look away from it from fear. I've always just been like, I'm glancing and I see something and then take it, you know, come back and then it's gone, that kind of thing. So it's not like I'm like, honestly, now that I hear that story, I want to do that whenever I see a ghost.
You just want to stare it down, I know, because he said in part he did it. Well, I think he said in part he did it because it's like, I want to stare at it and know that I'm looking at this. Like, this is exactly what I'm looking at. Like I am looking at this, and that is right there, and I'm looking. Like, you know. Like, it's right there.
See, I've always I'm gonna put this scenario in, right? Say I like wake up at like 3 a.m. because I want to go pee, and I have the feeling something's over here in the dark. Yeah. And say I look over it with like the little amount of light there is coming from wherever, and I see it. I would say I'm standing right there. I would look at it, make direct eye contact, walk forward, and turn on this light while still looking at it. And then if it disappears in the light, I would be like, okay. And then I'll turn off the light, still looking at the same place, and see if it reappears. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
What if, okay, so what if you walked out of the room and like say this chair was turned like this and it was just someone like this, but then like you didn't react quick enough, like you passed by.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then you look back, and like there's no one sitting in the chair anymore.
I would talk to myself. I would be like, I saw you. I saw you.
All right, so you know, if you ever hear Melvin screing, "I saw you," he definitely
he saw a ghost.
He saw a ghost.
Or if you ever just hear me laughing, it's because I know I definitely saw something and it just disappeared in front of my face.
Or what if they like you go to open your door and it's pitch black out here, but you see someone standing like right in front of your door, and then you flinch, and then like they're gone.
Yeah, that would make me flinch for sure because I'm not expecting anything.
Yeah. But when you flinch and they're gone, what would you do after?
I was like, God damn it! Like,
it's like the ghost got me.
Come back.
Yeah.
I mean, you did see that ghost in your room, and you saw it like walk across.
Yeah, but that's different because it was in my mirror.
Yeah, no, but you saw the entire thing.
I feel like even when you see one, it doesn't really make you like. It's like for a split second you're scared, but then it's like whatever.
Yeah, it's like I want to see.
But the thing is, you didn't blink or anything. You kept watching it go behind you in the mirror.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I mean, I would say C. If there was a C plus,
I don't know. I'd say B. I'd say B because
I feel like it's in between C and B.
Yeah, it definitely is. Because
every story I've ever heard of ghosts is like it's never like it hurt me or it did something.
Yeah, and then I see like the black-eyed kids there.
I feel like I'm just talking about like the instinct that like the first thing that you get. It's not about like it hurting me.
Because those scenarios that I just told you, I'd probably cry if I had.
Yeah.
Like if I saw a ghost in the mirror right next to me, I'd be terrified.
I would say C plus.
But would you be?
I say B. I feel
because see how like Black-Eyed Kids is in B. Black-Eyed Kids makes me think that they could possibly hurt me.
Oh, that's true. If you messed up, low B.
Yeah,
I'd say low B. Why not? Put it at the bottom of B. Everything else in B, let's put it above ghosts.
Okay.
All right, Duendes.
Oh,
ghosts.
Shit, man. I think that's B too.
Norms?
It's just off the top. I think
off the top B. Yeah.
Did you guys see the videos? You guys all seen the videos.
We've lived those videos.
We've seen so many.
But they're all fake, right? They're all like
legit. They look fake.
Some of them look stupid fake, but then there are some that look like
whoa,
like damn, that's hold on a creepy as hell.
And there was some where it was like it looks like a mouse, but and then they like get up, and then it's like
there's that. Remember that classic one where it's like mad blurry and you see like a little black shadowy figure,
and it's over here like waddling.
Yeah. And it's like part of there's like two things. Like on one hand, I'm like, oh,
I'll kick it.
how did these? No. On one hand, I'm like, how do these kids like learn to edit like this?
Yeah,
if they're in like this country like that.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, I'm like, they're so bored. That's all they can do. You know, it's like there's nothing to do over there.
Yeah, they're over here.
So
like,
they're like,
but like I don't know. It was in the age really before like.
But it could also be like
commercial editing, right? Like
that's true.
People like it was only for like.
That's true.
Movie studios and stuff.
Someone
like
can
that.
have just given the camera to a kid and like, yo, just act like there's a duende over there.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know.
Like, what do they even do? They, like steal your money?
I think it's just like the inhuman nature of it that I don't like. The fact that it's not like I know it's not human.
Yeah,
freaks me out. So I'd say B also.
But it depends what they do. Like, are they trying to stab me in my sleep, or like?
Don't some of them hurt you?
I don't know.
It's like I'll step on you. I'll kill one by accident by stepping on it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's not scarier than the hum though.
You're saying it's not scarier than the hum? See, that's why I put the hum at B in my personal tier list.
No, I'm saying the duendes. Like I can't put duendes in B knowing the hum is in C.
That's what I'm saying. I'll put the hum in B.
No, the hum is not that scary though. That's the thing.
I don't like noises.
Majority rules here though.
Hold on, let me see what duendes are capable of.
What are duendes capable of? Damn, I didn't know this was gonna take this long. That's crazy.
Yeah, me neither.
We got a lot of stuff.
Oh wait, it says
we got some discussion, There's no
and interesting icons that you probably.
It says a duende is a spirit.
What? No, it's not. It's not no spirit. There's no way.
What do duendes do?
They just steal your stuff.
In the Hispanic folklore of Mexico and the American Southwest, duendes are known as gnome-like creatures who live inside the walls of homes, especially in the bedroom walls of young children. They attempt to clip the toenails of unkempt children, often leading to the mistaken removal of entire toes.
Oh, I was gonna say at first I was like that's a service, but then after I'm like, oh wait, don't take my toes.
So they just touch my. All right, so now that I know that,
but like duendes is one of those stories that the parents tell.
I think it's a C now.
That's a C.
Yeah,
I'd say it's
kind of corny.
Yeah,
because if it tries to clip my, even if it's me, right?
Low C.
Say it's like I'm sleeping and then a duende tries to come at my toes.
Yeah,
I would definitely feel it, cause like I would wake up to a bug crawling on me, so I know I would definitely feel that. And if I see it, I'll kick it in the head.
I'd keep it.
You keep that gnome?
Hell
you
yeah.
do whatever I say.
I'm like,
damn, you'd have.
I'll sell it to like scientists or something.
Oh,
I was about to say you.
I have captured a gnome.
I'd be
You're
like,
about to slave it.
Hell yeah! What?
Slave it?
Not keep. I'll keep it in a cage until I can get a hold of a scientist.
Okay, so C.
Yeah, I've already put it in there. What the hell?
What's next?
I've heard a Discord.
That was me.
Oh. Jersey Devil.
I don't know what that thing's capable of either, but initially it's really terrifying to me.
Really?
I mean, if I see something flying up in the air.
The thing is, there's always like different stories as to what the Jersey Devil even is.
Yeah.
There's one story where it's like a girl that was raised by wolves and she's just running around.
See.
He's like
lower than duendes.
Jersey.
But then there's also people saying that it's like part bat, part goat, part lizard, part like.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah, that's the one that everyone thinks.
I feel like it scares me more because I remember it being in the X-Files, and the X-Files in general scared me.
But in the X-Files, it was the girl, the wild girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't like a paranormal creature.
I remember there was one time when we were in the old house, the basement, that we had X-Files playing in the room, and then like Jose came over. And we turned off the TV and the DVD player or whatever thing we had. And we walked over to greet them. And then out of nowhere, we heard the X-Files theme playing.
Yeah.
From the room. After we turned it off.
Oh.
And like we walked back in. We were like, "Did you guys turn it on?" Everybody was like, "No, we didn't." Like we just got here. Like people were like, "No, we all walked out at the same time."
Oh
like,
yeah.
It was weird. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You might have not been there actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been Melvin, but.
So I found this.
Mom might have been too young.
It says legend has it that in 1735, a Pines resident known as Mother Leeds found herself pregnant for the 13th time.
Oh yeah, that's like a demon. That, like
Leeds is the name of one of New Jersey's earliest settlers, and many descendants of the Leeds family can still be found throughout New Jersey to this day.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Put that at D, yo. Jersey Devil is D.
It may not mean nothing.
Yeah.
But what does it do? Does it try to kill me?
Yeah, I don't care. Put that at D, yo. That's
D
the
for
worst
don't
one.
care.
Yeah, D for don't care. Yo, D tier is don't care. C tier is creepy. B tier is beyond creepy.
Yeah.
A tier is S tier is super creepy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
There
wait.
we go.
What does the Jersey Devil do? Okay, it doesn't say anything.
Yeah,
so
no.
I guess it's
All right, what's the next one?
Mothman.
All right.
Ooh,
I think that's like. That's gotta be A.
it's gotta be.
Yeah.
I was gonna say B.
Because I feel like
We
if
find
anything-
different things
if-
creepy.
I
I
feel
love
like
how we're finding out that
if
we find
anything, that
different
he's
things.
higher on the believability for me than he is
Yeah,
scary.
yeah. But scariness, I'd say B because he's just as scary as the B
Or
tier
B
thing.
plus maybe. No, I'd say B. Actually, yeah.
I agree.
I'd say B.
He's not super scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nessie.
Although if I saw Mothman, I don't know. Like
I don't know,
you're
I feel like it's
the
well,
situation that they always explain
Yeah.
in that is that they were walking and they looked up in a tree and they saw like two giant red eyes
Yeah.
staring at them.
I'd say high B.
Okay, so then I'd say B then.
Yeah.
High B.
Yeah, probably be.
Nessie.
Nessie, I feel like it's at this point I feel like it's a hoax.
It's a D. No,
Yeah.
I think
It's
he
D.
confirmed it.
He confirmed,
the guy who took
before
the
he
picture.
died, he said that it was a hoax.
Yeah. But like, if we're talking about like if it was real, I'd say still D.
Yeah, but I
Because,
feel
like-
I feel like the fact that he admitted it makes it less scary too, though.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but I
So,
feel like even when I first knew about it, like way back when,
Yeah.
like I was just like, you know,
it's just a dinosaur.
it's just a
Damn,
dinosaur,
how many
yeah.
books were written just for him to die and be like, yeah, it was fake?
For real, yo? Imagine how many news articles were written, how many like books were written.
See,
and
the
stuff.
interesting about that thing about Nessie is that so, damn, what was the name of this monster? But essentially, there was this guy, the guy that that read the book for Mothman.
Yeah.
I forget Keel. His last name is Keel.
Keel.
But I think it's John Keel.
Keel.
John Keel. So
Looks like nothing.
he was talking about like you know, like when people eyewitness reports
Mm-hmm.
and like how they can get distorted.
Yeah.
He was talking. He spoke about this other thing that everyone reported a monster in this certain lake. I forgot. I think it was like Silver Lake something.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone kept reporting a monster, and everyone was scared, and like what they found out it was a hoax. But
Okay.
he was saying everyone that reported exactly what they saw. And what he was trying to say is that like you're gonna call someone crazy, but when people
mad
often
people do it.
often say what they see, like
Yeah.
exactly what they see, you know. And
Yeah.
he's like, even though it was a hoax, they didn't exaggerate the
Yeah.
hoax.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
went like, this
Yeah,
is what
true.
I saw. you
Yeah.
know? So that was an interesting thing.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
But still D. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel
no,
like when
it's
I
not
first
scary.
when I first found out about
No,
it,
I wasn't trying to make a
Bigfoot, like, because I found out I think Bigfoot and Nessie at the same time. Like
Mhm.
those were the two big boys back in the day.
and Bigfoot was always
Bigfoot
scarier
was
for.
way scarier than
Yeah,
Nessie.
yeah.
Nessie was okay. It's in the water. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
not go
I'm
there.
just don't go in the
Just
water.
don't go in the water. Yeah.
Although if you
But
were in a submarine and like a big ass eye went by,
that'd be
the
yeah,
window,
that'd be
I'd
pretty
like, I'd
terrifying.
cry. But the next one is poltergeists.
What is that? Again?
They're ghosts, but they can actually throw things at you and open windows. And I feel like every time I saw a poltergeist video on YouTube, I was like, this is fake.
Yeah.
This is fake.
Same.
This is fake. This is fake.
D.
D.
Nah, it's C. Just to like I don't know the off chance that it might happen.
That's true.
Things moving.
I
on
think
its
C
own.
as well.
And
Just
besides,
because if it did happen, then they would be able to hurt you.
you had a thing. You had the ball that we were talking about where you rolled it into the room and it got sent back.
Yeah, then throw it at me.
No, I know, but it's still like some kind of
It hurt
like
me.
it's still some kind of like movement that nothing else could have.
I mean,
made.
in that moment, it happened to me, and I wasn't even that scared.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
I tried to do it again.
but it's scarier
I
than
don't know, I
Bloody
just try
Mary.
to challenge all these kinds of
These
things.
the D tier is just like absolutely like
Garbage. Like,
garbage tier ass. Like
All right, I guess C then.
when the ball rolled back at you, there was some fear in like everybody, like some kind of like
Nah,
It
I'll
was-
tell you
I
right
was-
now,
I was more confused.
I
was
genuinely was not scared.
was
I was more like, huh? What was that?
I was
Like-
But the thing is, my mind goes straight to like rationalizing.
Yeah.
It. My mind goes straight to
Yeah.
like, oh, the house is uneven. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was odd.
But then after we did it multiple times,
That's
though,
true, but
we,
I mean-
we really tested it the
Yeah.
same way, the same
But
exact
then
role and everything.
You see, I kind of agree with Isaiah's because
Yeah.
like my first instinct is like, how could that have happened? And then
Yeah.
like after I think about it for so long, then I get to the like
the
theory
fringy, and
that it's like, oh, maybe it was a ghost. And by that time, I was like, oh well, since I already thought about it this much, I'm
Yeah.
already not scared of
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I know, but it still happened. So that's why I say C,
yeah.
because it's something that directly happened to you. It wasn't scary, but it still happened. So
True.
I guess this is the fear tier list. Hold up, I don't know.
This is the
Damn,
fear
I'm
tier
sorry.
list. So shadow people.
Isn't it the one that people like wake up with sleep paralysis and
Yeah.
see? That's definitely an A. Like that's an A.
A tier.
A tier.
That's an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, aliens are kings right now.
Because the aliens are freaking scary, yo.
Yeah, they are.
What if the ray gun? What if
They're gonna stay in us in the next tier list as well.
Yo, what if the ray gun is real from Cold Duty?
The ray gun
And
is
they
real. They just shoot Earth
Yeah.
once and it depletes.
Yeah.
I'd be okay
pretty
with
much.
dying from a ray gun as long as it sounds the same.
Stupid.
You're like,
you dumb.
you just die.
You're mad dumb. What's that?
Skinwalker.
A.
A. Now S.
S?
Nah,
Get that out of here. S tier.
actually, I think S as
S
well
tier.
because
S tier. Get that out
'cause
of
you're-
here, yo.
The scenario is you're in a cabin
That's
and you hear like
mad creepy.
yeah.
I don't like Skinwalker.
whoever's not there with you, you'll hear
Yeah.
like the person in his voice.
Was the Skinwalker the thing that?
It can copy people's voices. It can try to trick you.
No,
like-
was it that thing that I showed you? With that weird like the thing that walks like that.
No, that's not Skinwalker.
What is that?
That was something else. That was I forgot what it was called.
Are you sure?
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you have Nightcrawler in here?
No, I didn't put it on there.
Damn. That would also be like. A
Did you
tier.
put the chupacabra?
But
Oh, I forgot the Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Let's add that.
Skinwalker?
quick.
I can just change one of them because I have Wolfman. We could just take that and
Wolfman.
and make that Chupacabra
What's Wolfman from?
a Wolfman.
Like a werewolf?
Yeah, like a werewolf.
Change it.
Oh, okay.
Change that one.
We could change that to Chupacabra.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's change that to chupacabra.
Skinwalker. S.
S.
I think it's an S.
That's terrifying. Something that can imitate voices and
And we don't know what it's capable
yeah,
of.
I don't know.
That
UFOs.
makes it automatically scarier.
UFOs. I think
UFOs.
B.
B. Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say B. B.
Would you still be like, oh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. I'd be like,
But what if
"Ooh."
what if you saw one really close,
Mm.
like landing close
Like
to you?
mad close to me?
Like you see, you can see, you can make out what's on it and stuff.
I feel like then that,
'Cause usually
that
when
goes into
people-
the territory of just back to Alien. because
usually, yeah,
what's gonna
usually,
come out of there?
Yeah.
People
no,
see
but,
sleek disc.
yeah, because usually you see that, or they just see lights,
Yeah.
or one
Yeah,
light
one
or
light,
something,
yeah.
or like something weird.
I think I saw one at the pool once.
But there's been cases of people seeing it close, like
That's crazy. Yeah.
to like they see.
If
Like,
it's up close and I see it, it's probably A.
yeah.
A.
So I'm like, damn, this shit's about to ram me.
Low A tier.
I
I
would say
low A
close
tier.
as in landing close to you.
Okay, yeah, then yeah.
I'd say low
I
A
would
tier.
say
That's
A.
still A because I'm like, oh my god, it's
Low
gonna-
A tier. Yeah.
Low A.
Can it not? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's weird. This website's weird for like
Yeah.
making it.
It's the only website though
What's
for tier.
Yeah.
That's just vampires.
Sound Shopula?
Yeah.
Vampires?
Yeah.
Fear.
Vampires? Fear. Like if I actually saw one? I don't know.
I feel like the point of them is to not be scary at first.
Yeah, that's true.
Because even in Bram Stoker's Dracula, it was always
Yeah.
just like a
But
nice
the-
guy that was
but
like he was super
the
inviting.
first
to his home
vampire
and
was
stuff like that.
Nosferatu, no? Wasn't he?
Was
not?
it?
Yeah, Nosferatu was definitely way before Dracula.
Oh,
Dracula was like a reimagination of vampires, I think.
damn, that's
So
crazy.
what is Nosferatu all about?
He's just scary. He looks mad scary. Have you seen him?
He's bald.
He's bald and scary.
He looks funny to me.
I feel like just because like there's no cases of it, no one ever reports
Yeah.
vampires.
D.
so yeah, D.
And yeah, but the thing is like every vampire is supposed to be like really kind at first.
Mhm.
Like every vampire is always just like got you. Home.
Mm, yeah. All right, werewolf.
Chupacabra.
I mean
Let's
chupacabra.
change that to chupacabra.
Yeah.
B.
Nah, man,
C.
I'd say C.
See.
See.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, no.
Doesn't it just only attack like animals?
Yeah.
If I was
Yeah,
a
that's
chicken,
true. I've never heard of any.
S tier.
I've heard of if I was a
If
chicken.
I was a chicken, S tier.
S tier for
easy.
chickens.
Yeah. But no, I'm good.
Yeah.
What's this next one?
The next one is the Yeti.
Yeti.
I'll put it in B, I think.
Just
because it's
they only ever see it in the Himalayas.
Yeah.
It's like you're never gonna see that.
Yeah.
I'm never going over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Bigfoot's all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is zombies.
It depends on the kind of zombies, I guess.
I don't know. This one.
D.
This one. Like what? Okay. What is that
I don't
zombie?
know.
Can
He's
it run?
He's doing this.
B. C. D.
Can it run?
I don't know. We have to determine what zombie would be the most. I don't know.
Feels a running zombie.
I
I'd
just
say.
my mind is like I don't believe that would ever happen,
Yeah.
so it doesn't scare me.
But that's why this is like the fear tier list.
Yeah, but the not belief makes me not fear.
Yeah. That's true.
If this
But
zombie
if-
can run, it's like an A. But if it can't run, it's like a C.
Yeah.
Do zombies in The Walking Dead run? They don't, right?
Neither do
It's
the
just
ones
the-
in Resident
It's
Evil.
just there are hordes of them. That's why, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they're scary in hordes. It's like I feel like if I saw one running at me, and it was like,
Remember Shaun of the Dead?
Because it's like one running zombie is just as scary as a horde of
Slow-
walking
yeah.
zombies.
true,
Like
true. So I'd say, damn, I don't know, high C.
Yeah,
C.
it was like a C plus.
C
I'll
plus.
put C
I'd say
plus.
C plus. All right,
That's it.
that's it.
So,
We screenshot this and then
I could download it.
yeah, and then this is the believability. I mean the fear tier
Yeah,
list.
Fear.
And now we're gonna do believability.
Hold on, let me go to downloads and rename it Fear.
Fear. What are you? Death.
We don't want any.
I feel like the Fear one we could probably, I mean the believability one we could probably run through quickly maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Return the
Yeah.
slab.
Return the slab or suffer my curse.
That's A easily.
Hello?
Return the slab. We should do another one for like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
What?
Like a tier list of fear. Like what scared us the most from Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah, we could do that.
Those were Courage is horrifying, yo.
Alright.
Alright. Alright, so now
Damn, now we're starting off with vampires.
believability D.
D.
Nessie. D.
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 Jersey Devil.
D.
D.
D. Bloody Mary.
D.
D.
Zombies.
D.
I mean, wait, hold on. Wait.
What you mean?
Zombies, like, I feel like it could happen, though.
I feel like it couldn't happen.
D.
It couldn't happen?
I don't
Nah.
think it could happen.
All right.
D.
Chupacabra. I've heard stories
A.
from
I hear,
from Kenneth and
yeah.
from people in Puerto Rico.
A. I'd say
And
A.
I'd say I don't know.
I'd say
I-
B.
I wouldn't
put it
that
B.
high.
I'd say
I'd
B.
say B.
Okay, all right.
I don't know,
Okay.
B. Duendes.
B. B. If we're saying Chupacabra is B, then I gotta be B.
I was going to say C.
I was gonna say
Nah,
C too.
damn.
Because it's a little midget,
It's a
Gabriel,
little-
that
yeah,
live in walls.
Yes.
I don't think
it's
it's
so much
true.
more believable for something small to exist than something
But,
giant.
no, I'm saying because if
But
they were...
Chupacabra's not exactly giant.
Well, I'm not saying it's giant. I'm saying
But
it's
if
like other things.
duendes actually live in walls, I'm pretty sure there would be way more cases.
That's true.
Aren't there still cases like today?
No? I don't think so.
I've never heard of it. I
Okay.
really see those fake videos.
That's why I say
The
C.
Hum.
The Hum? I mean,
S.
people, yeah,
Yeah,
S.
mad people heard
People
it. Yeah.
heard it
Yeah.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Just seeing Doot up there.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
You saw it happen to you though. That's the thing. Like it literally happened to you.
But the thing is, his mind didn't go there. And
Yeah, I
he's
know,
just-
but it still
Like,
happened.
it happened, but I'm saying
Because
like
even after all this time, you can't
other than
explain
me,
how it happened.
like other than me, like seeing videos, I would say like a B, just because it happened.
well, like
to
it's
me.
you, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah. I'm
happened
saying.
to you, so it has to
No,
be
I'm
like,
saying.
hey.
Imagine that didn't happen to me, and we were just off those videos.
Nah,
It
I
would-
think
it
we're
would
talking
be a
about like
C,
everything
right?
we know now, right?
I would say C.
What?
No, I'm
I
saying.
don't, I don't
like,
really believe. I don't know.
I would say B.
So how would you explain what happened to Melvin then?
A lot of things. The house was uneven. There was a lot of
But
things.
we literally tried it.
The thing is,
multiple times.
we can recreate it as many times as we want, but
I would
if it
say
doesn't hit it
B.
exactly how it was,
That's what I'm saying.
I would say B just because it happened.
There's
to
no
me.
way to perfectly recreate anything.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. We couldn't
Yeah.
recreate it.
Exactly, but I'm
So
saying
what could it have been?
there's so many variables in the floor. You know, I'm saying like what if
I don't know.
what if in us trying to recreate it, we didn't hit it exactly how he rolled it that day. If we were able to roll it exactly the way he rolled it,
It's just like
you know, like there's I don't know. I think there's a lot of
I
things.
feel like there's no way it could have reached all because remember the bed wasn't in the way at that time. The bed was in the corner and it was a straight shot to the end of the room. There
What
was
do you-
nothing
What do
else
you mean
in
the bed was in
between.
the corner?
The bed was like where the mirror is now
What?
in mom's room. Yeah.
I thought the bed was the same way.
And where Melvin was sitting in the living room, there was a straight shot to the window to the wall.
I'm dead.
I don't know. I'll say C.
Because it went all the way straight and like it doesn't matter because like Melvin didn't throw it that hard in general.
Yeah.
The only way to come back with that force is if Melvin like beamed it to the wall.
I'm gonna say
That's
B.
what I'm saying.
You're gonna say B.
B.
I'm gonna say C. But
B.
majority rules.
I'm gonna say B.
All right, Yeti.
A.
Believability.
A.
Mm.
I feel like there's bad cases of it.
There was the famous footprint of a Yeti. The thing I don't know if it was a hoax or not.
I keep remembering that.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Like, but I mean, is it actually real?
But that's what we're rating.
Yeah,
now.
that's what we're rating it. What,
I'd
do you-
say- I'd
do you,
say
do you
A.
believe it's real?
The footprint?
No, I'm saying.
Not the Yeti, but the
No, I'm saying I want to know if the footprint is real.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the
like,
footprint
go
is
with the
real,
hoax or
yeah.
not. I was like,
Oh,
I mean, a
No, I
footprint's a
mean, I
footprint.
know it's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
footprint
is
is
real,
real, but I don't know if it's
anything.
man-made.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It could be like this guy. Just,
Somebody took off his boot in the middle of the snow, stomped it down, and then put his boot back on.
No, because I'm saying that thing was so big.
Exactly.
So I'm saying, what if
Somebody
he
carved it.
took off his Like he put his foot and like stomped mad
I'd
times.
say
I think it wasn't confirmed to be a hoax, but I think there's a lot of things that came out to make it seem fishy. I think that's what happened, but I'm not. You can't quote me on that. I don't know.
He probably made his whole foot the big toe. You know.
No, people actually make
I know
fake Bigfoot shoes.
Shoes?
Like they put like because it's like
That's
it's
so
like,
dorky.
It's something that
Yo,
you
what
strap.
kind of stupid nerd?
Put
I
under
know,
your
I
foot
know,
to make
I
it
know.
look like
Moron. Stupid. I hate people so much. This is why I hate humans in general. We come this close to finding evidence of Bigfoot, and then they go and make fake big feet. Stupid. Who would do that?
See, just because
Why would you do that?
because of people, I want to say this is a C.
That gets me so mad.
'Cause it could
Put
be-
it anywhere. I don't even care. At this point.
I want to say it's a C.
That's
I'll just
so
put it in what
mad.
Roman tells it. What about Mothman?
A. S. A.
I think
A?
Yeah, I think A.
I think A, but whoever's listening right now, I'm telling you right now, if you think Mothman is dumb, listen to the Astonishing Legends episode
I
about
don't think I
Mothman.
ever thought. Yeah. I feel like
After
when
you
I
hear that, you'll be
usually-
like,
I feel like when I hear things at first, I always think it's dumb.
Yeah, I think it's A. Yeah.
But
yeah. I mean,
yeah, for sure.
Mothman was one of the few that I was like, damn, that's kind of scary
yeah.
at first. Ghosts.
Ghosts?
S. Okay, what's the difference between ghosts and shadow creatures?
I don't know. I just put it.
No, shadow creatures are those things where it's like
It
Is
has-
that
people-
only
people-
sleep paralysis?
That, well, no. There's been people that have seen it when it's not sleep paralysis. I've heard stories of people.
Because I feel like I've seen shadow people, and I would call them ghosts. But then at the same time, Uniqlo was freaking haunted.
that's
yo.
that's the thing
Uniqlo was.
that's the thing I'm saying when it comes to like us being able to measure things. Like we can't really like we
That's-
don't know what
yeah, that's the-
we
that's-
don't know
that's the
what
problem.
anything
Yeah,
is
exactly.
when it comes to this
Yeah.
stuff.
are you a ghost or a shadow
Yeah,
person?
or a
I think.
crackhead.
I think. I think ghosts. I've had way more close encounters with ghosts.
I haven't.
I haven't had anything happen, so that's I'm just like,
Yeah.
eh.
For me, Uniqlo was like, I've multiple times.
I've
had
always heard
something-
interesting stories, and I'm like, oh, that's.
I've heard.
that's
I've
crazy.
had creepy stuff happen to me personally at Uniqlo,
Yeah.
especially at night because they turn off all the lights, right? And then like, I would have to go to the first floor by myself, and then I'd always hear stuff like on the counters. Every time I go up the escalators, I'd always see something like walking. But then like, is that a shadow person or is that a ghost?
Yeah.
I feel like shadow people and ghosts are like kind of one and the same. There's like a little piece. Of
One
them
is
that's-
black.
Yeah,
That's
I've
crazy.
only always seen black figures. I've
Shadow
never seen,
people could say the N word.
or like ghosts like you can see like their clothing and like.
I mean, you always
face
hear
and
different
stuff.
things. You always there's some,
Yeah.
there's reports where like you see them with clothing. There's reports where it's just like orbs.
If we're talking about that version
There's-
where it's like, I see him like his facial hair and like
My-
his
my
face
thing-
and like clothing and stuff, I would put that at like D.
my thing is like
I've never in my life I've seen that.
my thing is like energy is very much real.
Yeah,
Like all of us have energy.
Yeah.
And when people die, your energy can't be like you're not like energy can't be destroyed or created.
Yeah.
Is the whole thing that people say. And it's
if
like,
we're talking about
you give off energy, and if someone with a lot of hate and anger lived in a place, I feel like if you moved
Yeah.
in there, you'd be able to feel that. You'd be
Yeah.
able to, like, well, this is like
that's true.
You know.
Yeah.
That or what if ghosts are like parallel universes bleeding into ours?
I've always had that theory too to myself. But again, if we're talking about ghosts
so they're
having like a face and like you can see their clothes and like their figure, I'd put that at D.
that
if we-
sounds corny to you.
'Cause that sounds mad corny, yeah.
Yeah.
But I know there's people that actually believe that. They'll be
Yeah,
like,
they'll
"Oh,
see,
I've
like-
seen him. He had a cool suit on, and like,
yeah. That and the Queen Mary thing. That's what happened. He said he had a
Yeah.
suit on.
see, that's weird. I don't know. I don't believe that really.
Yeah.
What about you?
But he
Mo?
said he was locked eyes with him and he was staring him down.
I don't know. It's never happened to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's yeah.
But like in general, like, do you believe it? I think that's what the point
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Do you believe in ghosts?
Even if it hasn't happened to you, do you believe in ghosts?
I guess so. Yeah. So that's why I'd say
Eh?
Ghosts?
A. Mm.
I would say shadow people are like
I think shadow people are
S.
higher than
S
than ghosts.
easily because I've seen shadows
Yeah.
my whole life.
I feel like it's more like C to me.
yeah,
for
okay,
ghosts.
that's fair. I think
Yeah.
ghosts is C.
Yeah. No.
Nah. If it's not A, it's got to be B. I feel because like I feel like the only thing
Oh yeah,
that's barring
poltergeist.
me.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's true because
Poltergeist.
poltergeist
true,
has
true,
to be in the
true,
same
true.
category.
Yeah.
As ghosts.
True.
And I think higher than poltergeist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
You gotta place it and then move poltergeist.
Yeah, you gotta place in and move it. It's weird.
All right, Black Eyed Kids.
I think it's kind of biased because I haven't heard much of them.
I'd say C or B One of those.
Yeah, because I feel like
C. Yeah, let's do C. C.
Just because it sounds like it sounds more like possession, and I've never. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's harder to believe possession than ghosts.
UFOs.
S.
There's definitely aliens.
S.
There's
S.
definitely
Yeah.
aliens. Yeah. Shadow people.
A.
Yeah, I think that's
A.
it. Yeah.
A.
Demons.
B.
B.
I would say
All
C.
the ghostly ones, but you said C.
I would say C.
C.
No,
Let's do
actually,
C. Let's do
I'd say
C.
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 Yeah.
Let's do
I'd
C.
say C.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bigfoot.
S.
No, hold on.
I feel like we always.
Okay. The reason I put Bigfoot above
The
Yeti.
thing, what about the whole thing about me telling you stories and making you believe less? In
Okay.
Bigfoot?
The thing is, just like so many more chances for Bigfoot to be real than the Yeti, because Yeti is only in
That's
snowy
true.
ass areas, and Bigfoot there's way more.
There's more coverage of nothingness for you to
Yeah.
be like, oh well, maybe it's out there.
There's more forests
I'd
than
say Bigfoot is B. B
B?
for Bigfoot.
B for Bigfoot.
B for Bigfoot. Above Yeti, definitely. Though.
Yeah.
I can't have that below Yeti.
That's
ever.
true.
I'd say it's above like poltergeists.
That's true.
So A. Okay. Fine. No, yeah,
It's
fine.
B-
Because
high
people,
B.
people made it stupid.
What about skinwalkers?
I think they're real.
Yeah.
I feel like I think they're real.
Did you listen to the episode or something?
I listened to a lot of it.
Of the
but I didn't-
Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah, but I didn't
Oh, so
finish it.
enough to be like,
Yeah, like enough to be like,
Oh,
nah.
no.
There's something like
I'd say
Skinwalker
A.
Ranch.
I'd say A. I'd say A.
I'd say
yeah. He's like, those are real.
Those are real.
A. Me and Jonathan want to go to Skinwalker
Skinwalker.
Ranch.
Did he listen to it too? Did you tell him?
Mhm.
Did you put him on?
Yeah, he said we should have like a group
Mm-hmm.
go there and like we.
But
just
you're not allowed to go
we-
there though.
What?
They don't let you.
What do you mean? Who's they?
The people that own the place, they don't let you on the property
What
because
if
they're
what
doing
if we-
testing there
what
or
if we
something.
paid them?
Testing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Testing?
We'd have to investigate.
What testing are they doing there?
They dropping
Paranormal.
bombs, yo.
Yeah, they're trying to eliminate the
Yeah,
skinwalkers.
for real.
All right, and then the granddaddy aliens.
S.
S tier.
Scary and believable.
Yeah, it's the only one that's been on both.
Yeah. That's true.
Untouchable.
Untouchable aliens.
Untouchable aliens.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I like this.
I like that it was different.
What?
The tier list.
Yeah, a lot of things
Yeah.
went into doo-doo tier.
A lot, yeah.
Vampire.
Count
Count
Chocula.
Chocula. And then this one's called believability.
Yes.
Believe. What is it called? Believe.
I believe.
That was our tier list. That was it.
That was
I hope people liked it.
Yes.
If we had tweets, people can tell us what they believe and stuff. But on to the next thing that I want to talk about. I guess that's it. You guys have anything more to say about paranormal stuff?
We should do another tier list though.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
Of what?
I don't know. We gotta
Like,
come up with
I don't know,
something.
like horror movie
Oh,
antagonists.
no, I'm saying.
Oh yeah, we could do horror
We should do
movies.
that.
We could do that around Halloween though.
It's
We
like
should do that.
Courage the
Yeah.
Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
The Courage the Cowardly
Oh,
Dog
we could do that
creatures.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably on that website already.
Probably. We could probably look up a bunch of tier lists and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah. So the thing I want to talk to you about, guys, is crazy because
crazy.
this is something that might. I don't know if you guys have it, then it's gonna be like I've had this all my life, or I don't know how you guys are gonna react to this, but there's something. I don't know if you guys have heard of aphantasia. You have heard of it?
No.
Do you know what that is?
That's the thing where you could like picture things in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
I
no,
can.
you can't.
No, I don't have it.
You can't picture.
I
things.
can picture things.
I don't think I can.
There's a
How do
test.
you- how do you do it?
Okay. So it's like when you close your eyes and say think of a blue circle. Do you see a blue circle?
Hold on. Because I feel like the light messes me up.
Yeah.
So
Oh, no, but anything, even with your eyes open. Even if people can do it with your with your eyes open, like, so like blue circle. No matter how hard I
You know what
try
I
to
see?
think of a blue circle, I do not. It's just black to me. Everything's black. I feel like,
It's more like I imagine it in my brain.
Yeah. I don't see a picture,
but
which makes me
Melissa
sad.
said she can see like
That
if,
makes me sad.
if she thinks of like a squirrel climbing up this wall, she can see like she can visualize a squirrel. You know, it's like if the opacity was down. You know, like kind of thing.
Mine is like mid tier. Like I
Mid-tier?
can't perfectly like.
But what about when you close your eyes?
When I close my eye, like there was this one that I saw that was like a red star, and it was like showing different examples of that red star, and I would see like the one right below like the highest color one. So it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would be on 3.
You know what I see?
What?
I see like Tool album covers.
You can see that?
You know how it's like very twisty and
You can-
weird. And like, that's all I see.
Whoa, that's
That's all I see
crazy.
when I close my eyes. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. I don't know how. Like, remember in Guitar Hero World Tour,
Yeah.
the Tool stages, it'd be specific to Tool songs.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I see.
What about you, Melvin?
Like when I close my eyes.
What do you so you can make shapes? You make like a like if you close your eyes and think of a triangle that's green and it's bright and glowing, can you think of that?
Not super bright.
But you
Like-
can. But I'm saying like you
Like
can,
if I like how you just said green triangle. When I close my eyes just now, it was like the tiniest tint of green. But I have like the shape down.
you have the tiny, but you can see something. I'm saying is like when you close your eyes, you can see something, right? You can.
Like
Can you actually see something? Like it's like
I literally see like stuff like this when I close my eyes.
really,
Straight up, yeah.
but like you can clearly see that,
Clearly,
like clear as day, like if it
swirls,
was on the TV.
like swirls, like but it's like filtered behind like a black.
So it's like you can't
cover.
control what you
I can't
visualize.
control that at all. It's just straight up like a whole amalgamation. Sometimes I see like faces and stuff, but like
Gabriel's always tripping.
like no, like literally like this, because you know how it's like barely a face.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I see.
Oh, it's like more darkened.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
more dark.
Melvin, I see this when I close my eyes.
So he has no control over his visual
So
power.
stuff. I don't know if I could show that on.
I can just show it on here.
Yeah.
what's like another test you can do?
I'm gonna look up the test. The thing is, this test kind of frustrates me because it's like I don't know what the hell you mean about this. For each item on this questionnaire, try to form a visual image and consider your experience carefully. For any image that you do experience, rate how vivid it is using a 5-point scale described below. If you do not have a visual image, rate vividness as 1. Only use 5 for images that are truly as lively and vivid as real seeing. Please note that there are no right or wrong answers to the questions, and that it is not necessarily desirable to experience imagery, or if you do, to have more vivid imagery. Okay, the rating scale as follows. 1 is no image at all. You only know that you are thinking of an object. 2 is dim and vague, flat. 3 is moderately clear and lively. 5 is perfectly clear and lively as real seeing.
Okay.
So like, it would be like the sun rising above a horizon into a hazy sky. Think of that. Close your eyes and think of that.
With the sun rising above the horizon
Into a hazy sky. If you're listening, do this too. Try to imagine something. Well, try to imagine the sun rising above a hazy sky and close your eyes.
Dude, I can only see a horizon.
I can't see it. It's just black.
I feel like.
I feel like sometimes I can see something, but I think it's just the light of this room hitting
Yeah,
me.
that's why I'm covering my eyes. Like.
Yeah, like if
completely.
you could cover your eyes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
But if I cover my eyes, I can for a fact not picture anything. I can't. I know what the sun looks like, and I know what the horizon looks like. I could think of it, but I
It's
can't.
funny because I'm only seeing like a vague line right in the middle of my like
Oh, that messes up my vision.
perceived perspective.
So to me, it's like a one. It's like a 1 for sure. I
Mm.
can't see anything.
I'd say 1 because
Yeah.
I wouldn't call
For
horizon.
me, it's like I don't see the horizon part, but I can see the sun.
yeah,
But like just like a circle, you know?
Huh. So it's not like
It's
shining.
just like a circle, but it's like yellowy.
Okay, so you're like a 2. 2.
That wasn't actually the test. that was an example. Think of some relative or friend whom you frequently see, but who is not with you at present, and consider carefully the picture that comes before your mind's eye.
I don't think it's easy.
All right, think of say we'll test. Actually, yeah, we'll test both of you. I guess I don't know. Maybe I can open up another tab and test both of you. I know for a fact I'm garbage at this, and trying to do this only frustrates me.
It low key frustrates me too.
Yeah, it frustrates me too because like I don't really know how to like describe. To me, I mean,
Again, I see Tool album covers.
yeah.
Like if anybody wants to look up Tool album
I
covers,
can show it off on.
yeah. Specifically, for some reason, what is the album called?
10,000 days.
10,000 Days. Specifically that, I don't know why. And it's not like I'm obsessed with Tool or anything, or like, you know,
That's just what you
it's
see.
just all I see.
Yeah.
Like that's the only way I could describe it.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't imagine faces.
So,
I can't see faces.
You know
well,
what's
hold on.
weird?
Let me read to you exactly what it's telling you to think of. Because you have to. No, I'm gonna open up 2 tabs. All right, so the first one, damn.
The first one.
Oh yeah, that's the thing too. Because when you were 2, because Melissa was like, "Yo, bring this up." You saw a witch when you were little,
Yeah.
so it's like, you don't remember that, right?
No.
Seeing the witch.
No.
But the way you reacted seemed like you saw it like bright as day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and stuff. So it's like,
And that's the
I always thought
the fact that that right now I can't really picture something.
Yeah.
In view.
So I guess I'll give both of you the same person, Sanjeev. So the first thing it says the exact contours of face, head, shoulders, and body on a scale from 1 to 5.
Okay.
Try to.
I have to close my eyes.
Yeah. Oh, does it say you to close your eyes? Yeah, it says picture that comes before your mind's eye. I don't know if that means close your eyes or not. But it says the exact.
It's hard to describe because it's not like I'm seeing it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't see shit.
But
Everything's black.
Perfectly.
But I think that's exactly what they're trying to say. Is like on image, like you can think of it because you know how his face
No,
looks.
it just says mind's eye. It doesn't say close your eyes.
Yeah, so you can just think of it. But the thing is, it's like if you're seeing it right before your face, like you can clearly see it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing. So that's a 1.
Don't see him.
All right, characteristic poses of head, attitudes of body, etc.
Nope.
All right, the precise carriage, length of step, etc. in the walking, like the way he walks, or can you imagine that?
I can imagine that. I can't see it.
Yeah, can't see it.
I know exactly how he walks too.
Different colors worn in some familiar clothes. Can you see that?
Wait, what?
Different colors worn in some familiar clothes.
I can't see a damn thing.
In Sanjeev?
Yeah, like
No.
is aphantasia genetic? You think? Maybe. All right, the sun rising above the horizon.
No.
Nothing. You saw something, right?
I said I can see like the sun part, but it's really like it's vague.
So you saw something though, right? So would you
Yeah.
say it's a 1?
No.
No?
I got absolutely.
Not even a 1?
So
It's
two.
it's more than that. Like what's the next thing?
Dim and vague, flat,
Let me
and then
see.
there's moderately clear and
No,
lively.
Dim, yeah. that
Dim
one.
and vague.
Yeah.
All right. So now try to imagine the sky clears and surrounds the sun with blueness.
The sky clears, surrounds the sun with blueness.
You know what's weird? Everything I see. You know how like if you put like a mirror filter on and like everything is like mirrored perfectly.
Mhm.
That's what I see.
Yeah.
Anything I can picture is always mirrored, but it's never usually a physical thing. It's always usually
What
just
about
like a
what about when you guys dream? Do you see the pictures vividly in your dreams?
clear as day.
Clear as day.
I
dream?
don't know why.
For me, no.
Really?
For me, my dreams are like the vignetting,
What?
like like when there's dark corners. Like,
yeah.
like the
Oh,
little-
yeah.
For me, it's like that, but it's like this, to like the point where it's like
Huh.
I can't see, but I know what's
No,
going on.
When I dream, it's like clear.
It's clear as day. For me, it's
clear.
Yeah.
not.
For
that
me, if
drama.
anything, my dreams are like if I don't have my glasses on.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like kind of blurry, where it's like a little bit like I can't really see
Oh.
everything. So it's like me looking like this. This is
Yeah.
how my dream.
I'm getting off topic though.
Yeah.
Clear skies.
Sorry. No.
No.
I'm just gonna say 0 for everything. I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. If anything, Melvin can start taking this test because
Yeah.
I have given up on my.
So just think the sky clears and surrounds the sun with blueness.
I haven't given up on
I
my.
just
ability.
imagine like clouds.
But you can't see it
Not
with your
really.
eyes.
No.
Clouds, a storm blows up with flashes of lightning. Can you imagine that? Well, not imagine, but see it. No?
Hold on. Can you say it again?
Clouds, a storm blows up with flashes of lightning. Can you visualize that? A rainbow appears.
Nope.
No.
I just imagined a shape.
But you can't visualize the shape.
I visualized the shape just now.
Yeah.
Like a diamond shape.
Like a diamond in the
She's
sky.
yelling at me. Memories.
You're the one
Can you
that
see
makes
memories?
me feel so high.
So think of a
Yeah.
memory. Can you like visualize a memory?
Like I remember where I was and like how I felt and like.
But can you visualize it? Can you
I
see
can
it? Can you
kinda see it.
can you like replay it in your head? Can you?
I have to think of a memory.
Yeah.
I can replay it in my head.
You can replay a memory, like, and you can clearly see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could clearly see a memory. That's weird.
Like you just thought of it right now and you saw it.
Yeah.
You see and you can
I
see.
feel like I see it. Yeah. It's strange.
Like I remember the exact position.
So if you're staring at me and you think of a memory,
I think I can see it. Yeah. Not like in front of me, but I can see. It's as if I can see it, but like, if my eyes were like back here.
But would you say okay? Because like the way I tried to describe it was like, oh, it's like you see it, but the opacity is down.
Yeah.
That's how you
I
see
see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, I don't see it. I just remember it like exactly.
But you can't visualize it. Is what I'm saying. You can't.
I can visualize a
you
memory. Whoa, that's weird.
Is that like a new skill you just realized you have? That's interesting to find because I can. Yeah, I can't visualize doo doo. Because Melissa's crazy. She's over here saying she's seeing squirrels going up the thing.
Let's see. I don't even know if I'm visualizing.
It's kind of like if it's like right in.
Now
front
I'm
of
just like, am I just like?
No.
It's
'Cause
crazy
it's like-
because yeah. Well,
It's as if I'm like there when I
Yeah,
when
that's what I
remember
feel.
something. It's like as if I'm.
It's
there
like
when I
as if
remember
I'm there, but I don't see it.
something. Yeah.
So
It's
you're
like
not seeing it.
I feel
don't
like
think I'm
it's.
seeing it. I don't know. It's like a
I
mix
feel
of
like
both.
it's like I remember so vividly that it's like I don't know, like it just because I remember it so vividly, it's like I know that like I don't know, I just remember it.
Yeah.
And I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah.
That's as blatantly as I could say it. I can see it.
What do you mean you can see it though?
But I can't
Like, in my
visualize
head.
it.
So if you close your eyes and you think
Nah,
of it,
I can see it like right now in
You
my head.
In my head, yes, I can see it in my
but
head,
you
not
but you
through
don't
my
see it.
eyes.
What I'm saying
But
is
I
you
don't
don't see a
see it.
picture.
I don't see it
a
through my
picture.
eyes.
There's no picture
Mm-mm.
coming. Like you can't.
No, it's not like
project it
it's
through
not
your eyes.
projecting.
I
through
can
my
see
eyes,
it in
no.
my head. I can't see it in my eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
So there's people that can see it with their eyes though.
It's bananas.
It's like a mini TV.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
No, it's
That
kind
I
of cool.
think about it. No,
Well, because the thing is, I feel like I see us as like creative type people, and we can't do that.
Yeah,
It's just- that
that's
seems,
what I'm saying.
Seems like all kind of weird and wrongness.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be
But the
kind
thing
of
is, that's the
annoying.
normal. The normal is people are able to visualize.
I'm glad
'cause
I'm not normal. Then.
Because
I don't know. I feel like that would suck because like say like you're you can't help but picture it. So it's like I don't want to do it.
And then Melissa's like, "Oh, how do you read books? How do you visualize things?" Like, I don't. That's
don't.
why it's hard, reading is hard because it's like I can't really.
I try to imagine.
I could try. Yeah, I could try to imagine something, but I can't
Yeah.
visually see something
Like,
with my eyes.
For example, when I was reading Othello,
Yeah.
I was imagining what it possibly looked like, and I painted a picture of that scenario in my head.
Yeah, I could do that.
And then when I saw it, when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, this is kind of close to what I thought. You
Yeah.
know? But like I still remember what I originally like pictured in my head of that scenario, like of
Yeah.
Othello talking to Brabantio.
You're like
Yeah.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah.
Did you think of Lawrence Fishburne? Can you imagine you get the actor right too in
Yeah.
your mind while you're reading it?
Yeah. It's like
That'd
Lawrence
be
Fishburne
crazy.
really great for this.
I mean, somebody had to.
Wait,
thought that.
what's the guy who played Brabantio?
I don't know.
I feel like I imagined him correctly.
Big head. See the guy with the big head? I was thinking of other mind tricks.
So we can't. So we're not visually.
No.
But
No,
that's crazy.
I'm fine with that.
you can't move one finger backwards and move the other finger forward. No, not like that. This is going the same way, just at different paces. One of them has to go forward, and then one of them has to go
So
backwards.
one this way and one that way.
Yeah.
I feel like people that can play the piano or
Can do
people,
that,
or people
yeah,
that can drum, they
yeah.
can probably do that.
You see, you're doing it the
I
same
feel like
way.
it's, I'm trying to figure it out. Hold on.
One way like this,
Like this.
and then
Yeah, that's
so
like a-
one way
so
like this,
one
and the other
goes-
one like that.
so-
That's left
I
brain.
can't do it.
So wait.
It's so weird. My brain hurts when I try to do that.
That's crazy.
Forward.
No. But what I wanted to say about the aphantasia thing is that
Yeah.
that's like normal. Apparently, that's like what the majority of people have is that they can
unfortunate.
visualize things. But it's funny because me and Melissa were talking about it, and she was like, "Oh, people were commenting saying like, "Oh, when my teacher would say visualize, I thought that was like a figure of speech," and it's like that's what I thought too.
Oh yeah, I thought that.
Because you remember when you're like little and like,
that's
"Oh, visualize this or visualize that."
Yeah.
It's like imagine this or imagine this. Like I always thought people.
I can imagine. I just can't visualize.
Yeah. It's
Do you think I can like do it?
Why
for you?
can't we do that?
I don't know. Let me try and do it for you. Let me see.
I'm pretty sure you can do it. You just need to.
Yeah,
I'm going like this.
You just need to master doing.
that's how it would feel.
Because juggling is like
That's how it would feel. Can you do it?
No, do it again.
All right. I'm gonna go towards you, and you do it forward. It feels like your fingers like fighting back. It's
Probably
weird. Yeah,
is.
it's weird.
It probably is.
That's strange. How did it feel doing that? 'Cause
Not normal.
not normal. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's unfortunate. What'd you add up here? What?
Competitive. Okay, so something happened in Smite in the pro scene.
Yeah.
God.
Where
I want to hear this.
well, it doesn't just have to do
I
with
love
Smite.
hearing about pro scenes in anything.
It doesn't have to do with Smite. I mean, it has to do with Smite, but it branches off to other things because so something happened where there's an objective called the Fire Giant.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and you kill it and you get a buff, right?
Okay.
And it attacks you
Yes.
and it does a lot of damage, so
Okay.
you can't do it by yourself. You do it as a team.
Yeah.
But one of the players, he did a tactic where pretty much it's like you come in and out of its attack range.
Okay. Scuttlebug.
You kind of do that so that it can't. Apparently, it's like you take little to no damage. You know.
Okay.
So he did it that way, and he did it by himself.
By himself.
And they got a $500 fine for doing that.
What?
And I don't think it's a controversy,
That's
but
stupid.
there was this one streamer that
That's
was like,
stupid. It's a game.
No, it's in the game.
that's
Exactly.
the streamer
It's in the game.
The streamer said
How are you
that
gonna get a fine for that?
the streamer said that if they didn't want them to do that, they should have patched that. They should have
Exactly. They should have just patched it and not fined him.
Yeah, he's like if you leave it, if you leave a bug in a game for too long, for like 2 years, it's like at that point it's just part of the game. It's just like it's just a game feature.
That's like
and then he was saying like oh, wave dashing is technically a bug.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Well,
No, it is.
Sakurai came out and said that he knew about it, but it's it's not a bug. It's an unintended outcome of
Unintended use.
unintended use of you know
The mechanics.
of the mechanics.
Yeah.
So it's not really a bug.
So
but
like auto attack canceling or reload canceling. And
there
stuff
are
like
some
that.
things in Melee that
Yeah.
like are bugs definitely that aren't.
Oh, like the ghost thing. What is it called again?
What ghost thing? Shadow. Phantom
Yeah,
hit.
A phantom hit.
It's like when you're 1 pixel off of hitting somebody,
Yeah.
it hits and it does damage, but it doesn't do any knockback.
Oh.
Yeah. So like a fox will run up to you, do the neutral layer. He'll keep his foot out, but then you move and
Yeah.
it boom, and that would usually knock you away.
So this streamer was saying that it's
Yeah.
like, oh, if you leave it in the game for that long, it's like
Who fined him?
It's
Who fined him?
no, not him. They didn't find the streamer. They find the
the guy who did it.
because it was an esports game. It was a big game, and Smite themselves, like Hi-Rez, they fined them $500.
That's
in the
so
in the grand scheme of
dumb.
things, that's a slap on the wrist because that's not that much money, to be honest.
No.
'Cause they find the team.
Either way, though,
Yeah.
that's all their fault.
Yeah, 'cause
if
like,
there's
that's
a
their
bug
bug.
in the game and you put it in tournament,
If you didn't intend
just it,
for
yeah.
them to do it, that's true.
if you didn't intend, that's one thing. But like, you can't fine them for.
They should have made it
For something
so
that's in your
if
game.
They really,
That's in your
if they
game,
really
yeah.
didn't want him to do it, then they should have just made it so that every time you go in his range, his health regenerates.
No, that happens. But I don't know what, because there's a video actually. I think there's a video here where they show what happens.
Scuttlebug transportation.
Because
It's like having literally
in the game, if you get out of his range, their health starts to come back. But I guess here they have like a video. I guess I'll have everyone at home watching this
Let's
too.
see. I'm very curious to see.
This is what they did.
Whoever developed this game is stupid for finding them. Mad dumb.
What's going on
Oh.
here?
Let's see. Maybe it might just be the video. Fast forwarding a little bit.
I think the video's.
Like just fast.
Oh, there
yeah,
you
there you go. So what is it? Because I don't know what I'm looking at.
Oh, and this is that's the Fire
Okay.
Giant.
Oh, is it like the
So is he like barely out of his range?
Oh, I think he's like they're slowing it down.
If he's barely out of his range, then that's all the game. That doesn't even mean the thing is like somebody can do this by accident.
Oh, see, yeah, he's like sidestepping, and like that's just barely the range. So it's like sidestepping, kind of like bugs him out.
You know what's even worse about this?
What?
Somebody can do that by accident.
Yeah.
If that was me, I could have
when
done
you step
that.
out,
Like,
when you step out like that,
yeah,
it burns you and it does damage.
I could have done that by accident.
Yeah. Hold on, and this video clip demonstrates
That's
the difference
so
between
dumb.
not taking any damage from the meteors and taking damage. So this is going to show like a side by side, I guess.
Oh, like somebody like directly.
Oh, it's dirt being in there. It's like there's his health up there.
Okay.
Did you see his health before?
Nah, I didn't see it. Was it not going down at all?
He wasn't even taking it yet. He barely.
I feel like he didn't take. Oh,
Yeah, he's definitely taking damage, but. If it's in your game and you didn't patch it out before a major tournament, that's all your fault.
yeah.
That's not the player's fault because it's a
Yeah.
thing that's been in the game. So it's like,
So wait, just a question: the guy who did this, like in the tournament, did their team win?
I'm not sure.
but the thing, it doesn't even matter because everybody in the whole game could have done that too.
No, I just want to know because I feel like
Yeah.
if they didn't win, they wouldn't have gotten fined.
Yeah.
I feel like they won. Yeah, I think they won.
It still doesn't matter though.
It does,
No, it doesn't.
because then if they did, if they lost, then it would be possible for the other team to still win, which means that mechanic wouldn't be broken.
Wait, what?
Because I'm guessing this mechanic is broken.
The streamer said that if they lost, it wouldn't have been a big deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because no one would have brought that up.
But the
No
thing
one would've
is,
brought it up.
the opposite team could have done the same thing.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
but they
saying. That's why I'm
didn't.
saying it doesn't. Okay, but just because they didn't doesn't mean that it's not possible for them
Yeah,
to do
but
it.
since it's a bug, they didn't do it. You know,
But they could have though.
they could have.
And
but
if
they didn't.
is that a widely known thing in the game?
The streamer was like,
do
you
most
could-
people know about
The
it?
the streamer said that like, oh, like that's been in the game for 2 years. He said.
2 years.
Yeah, I'm saying.
He was like-
you
he
think
was-
if they both did it, both teams would have gotten fined?
Yeah, that's what he's saying is like if they would have gotten fined.
The other team also?
Yeah,
Maybe. Who knows?
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
doubt
The
it.
thing is, someone would have pointed it out only if they won. is
Yeah,
usually-
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the stupid part though. But
Yeah.
just because they abused the mechanic that's in the game that they didn't patch out. If they knew about that thing for 2 years, why didn't they patch it out?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with you.
So
but
it's
I'm
not
saying,
their fault for them using it.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I'm on their side for
Yeah.
using it.
Yeah, me too. I would have done it too.
Yeah. Because the streamer was saying that. He's like, that's like saying, whoa, no, he didn't say that. Well, he was saying like those are bugs. All those
Yeah.
are bugs
Yeah.
that it's like, oh, they didn't patch out, so it's like after a certain amount of time, it just becomes a feature,
Yeah, exactly.
and then that's what he's saying.
I'm guessing that they won,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the reason that they got fined because they abused.
Because they won,
They
yeah.
won. They
Yeah.
used the bug
Yeah.
and they won.
But if they used it
And-
and they didn't win, they wouldn't get fined.
yeah,
That's
because
dumb.
Because then
That's so
because
stupid.
if that happens, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
you technically
won because of the exploit.
no, you technically cheated and you still lost if they used the bug and lost,
Yeah.
which would make it be
But
like,
that's still
oh,
cheating.
that means
though.
it's fine.
If it counts as cheating, that's still cheating. That team should be disqualified then, not even fined. If
But
it
it's
counts
not
as
cheating.
No, but
because
that's what
they're
I'm
not
saying.
using their
They
own
counted
personal
it as
thing.
an
what's the-
exploit. They were like,
Exactly.
it's an exploit.
It's an exploit.
Yeah, they exploited the game.
Should have patched out from day
Yeah.
one. It's stupid. If they didn't want it in the game, if they knew about it, is it patched out now?
I don't think so. That's not
Stupid.
Because they do patch cycles. They don't do it like.
Why would they fine a team for using it and then not patch it out? Fine everybody now. Like what? I bet you there are people online
Yeah.
right now.
It's funny because they
this
had a
second
game
doing
after.
it.
They had
Yeah.
a game yesterday.
Yeah.
And like in the Twitch comments,
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, is he gonna cheat?
Is he gonna cheat?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
That's
crazy.
so dumb. That gets me so mad.
Yeah.
Because the idea of that bug is to get the fire giant buff early, right?
Yeah. Well, once you have a
Earlier
fire
than
giant,
usual.
it's pretty much GG. Especially in the pro leagues, like it's
Yeah.
like you're gonna win.
But can you get it that early though?
How long was it in the game? Let me see.
No, like in a normal game, when you get the fire giant, as opposed to doing the bug.
It's not that,
bug
it's
way.
not that worth. It's not that worth doing it that early because you're not gonna be able to do much with it. But 33 minutes in, you could probably. Yeah. You.
Either way, that's dumb.
Yeah. They have a lot of information here for if anyone listening wants to read this.
Yeah. I love controversial
Mm-hmm.
game
Because they have
tournament
because they have the
moments.
relevant rules. They have the prohibited conduct. They have rules violations, bugs.
Okay, if it's in the tournament rules, that's different.
Let me see what.
If it's in the tournament rules that says you can't, it's like wobbling. Some tournaments don't allow wobbling.
Oh, and for Smash.
For Smash, yeah. It's like when.
What about wave dashing? Is there any?
No, wave dash. No, that's because wobbling is an infinite. You grab a person as ice climbers, and then you do a certain pattern of hits, and they can't break out of the grab.
Oh.
So if you're like, because I think the pattern is just like you just tap it at a certain like pace, and if you keep that pace up, the other person that's grabbed can't break out.
So do you get banned for that?
You can get banned if you go over 300%.
That's crazy.
Some tournaments don't even allow it. Like once you start it, you're banned.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They cut this game.
So if it's a part of the rules, that's different.
It says right here, prohibited content. Participant understands and agrees that all of the following conduct is strictly prohibited: direct or indirect wagering of money, of anything about. Okay, whatever.
So money matches and stuff.
Use, possession, or distribution of performance enhancing or illegal substances.
Adderall.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Interference with existing contractual relations between players and organizations, including but not limited to negotiations for contracting. What does it say? Oh yeah, it's manipulation or exploitation of the game directly or indirectly to obtain an unfair advantage over the players or users of the game, including but not limited to any of the following: using any injector, cheat, hack, third-party software, hardware, or other instruments, tools, materials, or methods.
Wait, hold on. Let me read that again.
the
bold. Including but see they didn't do any of that though.
Well,
they didn't inject.
Or methods.
Okay, methods maybe. Yeah.
If league operator or administrator determines a participant is a breach of any of the private.
See, that's the weird part because in Smash they specify which things you can't do.
Yeah.
Like wobbling. Like they'd be like, oh, you can't do wobbling. You can't do.
Yeah.
There's another Peach.
Because maybe that bug for the Fire Giant is something that if they patch out creates other things. So it's like they've tried doing it and they couldn't get it out or something. Maybe.
Then why? If that was the case, then that means that they would have known about it and that they should have specified that they can't.
That's
do
what
that.
I'm saying. Because even in Smash tournaments, there's certain like Peach can stall the entire game on a certain stage.
Oh really?
And she can just stay at the bottom of the stage and you can't do anything.
Get hit once and then just.
She does her side B and it like bounces her up a little bit and then she could just stay on the bottom of the stage.
And you can't touch her.
Game, you can't touch her. Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, so what they would do is they do damage and then go.
Yeah, exactly. But they specifically said you can't do that. You can't wobble. You can't. Like,
oh, okay. They specify
do certain things. Do. Like if they said you can't do the Fire Giant thing, then that's fine. Then I don't know if they find them though, but like why would they find them? I feel like tournaments just banned.
This is esports.
It's an esports team.
That's true.
It's a team, so
that's
they find the team $500.
That's true. Okay, that's fair.
Which is not that much money.
It's not.
Yeah, because like if you find the entire team, not the.
No, yeah, if it's against the tournament rules, then that's different. Yeah. But if it's just like they never specified anything like that, then
yeah.
I guess I would just want to know high res side of it.
I mean, this is pretty much their side.
I feel like either way,
I'm saying.
I feel like either way they should patch it out.
It says our league operations development teams work very closely with SPL players on game balance and uncovering any bugs or unintentional mechanics in Smite. Per our SPL rule sets, players are required to use the various communication resources we provide to them to report any bugs or exploits that they find or have reasonable knowledge of in Smite. As always, competitive integrity is our top priority in the SPL. We want our players to innovate and find new ways to improve their gameplay, utilize game's intended mechanics, and push the skill boundaries of the league.
Do you know if any of the developers are on the subreddit?
Yeah, they are.
Okay. I was about to say, because I know a lot of game developers, like, they're in the subreddit for...
It says, after reviewing VODs from all of Sanguine's matches in Phase 1 of the SPL so far, our team found that this Fire Giant method was used in 3 out of 4 games. Meaning that we saw in the SSG set was not an isolated incident.
Okay.
And the team
they were willing to let one
has
slide.
intentionally exploited this mechanic multiple times in the SPL. As a result, Sanguine has been issued a formal warning and will be given $500 team fine for exploiting a bug during the SPL matches.
Patch it out, idiot. I don't like
our league operations team.
I don't get it.
Concluded that based on the game state at the times the exploit was used, it's likely that Sanguine would have won their sets without with or without the Fire Giant. Oh, they're saying they would have won regardless.
Damn, that's crazy. They would have smoked them anyway. Like the other team was trash. Like,
some exploits could lead to a loss in some cases, but we don't feel this is one of those instances. So we will not forfeit any of their wins from the first 2 weeks.
It's stupid because like I feel like they're keeping that in just to find people, like to like catch people doing it. That's what it feels like. It's probably not it, but like why would they not patch it out? And even if like, because I don't know.
And now here it says effective immediately. The Fire Giant strategy in question will be banned in all SPL games.
Banned.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
It's
why
not that hard.
patch, the thing? Why not patch it out though?
That's true.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
No, because maybe it's something as they said.
But like the chances of
maybe
that
they're
happening is
trying.
so
Yeah.
like.
Or the streamer also said that sometimes they just get lazy and they don't want to do it.
That's what I'm
Because he was
saying,
like, if they wanted to, they could have patched out wave dashing, and that would have never been a thing.
Well, not really, because it's a part of the mechanic. Because like the thing is, it's like wave dashing comes from the air dodge.
Yeah, yeah.
So if they wanted to patch out wave dashing, they would have to make it so that the dodges you can't directionally move them completely.
Yeah,
so it would
yeah.
have to be just a normal like. That's why in Brawl they switch it so it's just like a, and then that's it. You keep falling.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And in Melee it's like you fall and go, and then you go down.
Yeah.
Or you can aim it in like or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's what causes the wave dash.
And then he was
but-
talking about too about like auto attack canceling and
Yeah.
auto
Yeah.
reload canceling. So, you know, like in some games you can reload in melee.
and
then,
you take it out.
so they were like, that's not intentional technically.
Technically,
No,
but
like
it's
in-
like
like
you're
in
saving like
Overwatch.
seconds of.
No.
You're saving like a frame of like.
But that can
the frame
cost,
does count, but
that
it's
could-
not
yeah.
like it's not like it's huge. Like,
I mean, it could.
Yeah.
In Overwatch, I know it counted.
but this
Because if
this
you're a
sounds
Reaper
huge.
and you were shooting, and you reload, and you did the like little melee,
Yeah.
that one frame, because you could blast somebody
Yeah, I
in
was
their
about to
face,
say, that's
true.
and they're
That
dead.
could, and that could
But I feel like
cost
this is,
you a win.
but I feel like this
or
is
a
way
loss.
more advantageous than reload canceling.
Yeah.
I feel like this is something you should patch out because I don't know because like
especially on something on an objective that's that
because
big.
the only thing that's really affecting it is what the range, right? The radius of the thing.
It's affecting the player because you're not supposed to be able to take it by yourself.
No, but I'm saying like, how is it being taken advantage of? Is it like they're stepping outside the range of the thing?
I think so. I think it's like because he's like sidestepping. And
So the
it's,
fact
like,
that it's
bugging
the
it out.
range, yeah, they could fix that.
Probably.
The fact that it's just the range, I feel like it's something that like
Yeah.
either make it closer to them so that like it doesn't bug it out as much,
Yeah.
or make it so that there's like a soft range and then like a hard cap.
Yeah.
It's like a soft cap, hard cap thing, so that like technically people who are outside the range can still get hit.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So, I don't know. It's weird,
Yeah.
but I still think it's dumb. They should have patched it out. Because Melee, you can't patch it out right now. It's the GameCube game. You know, it's like
Yeah. And right now they can't patch it now because right now the Pro League is happening. It's like they just can't patch it.
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, for
Yeah.
this, it's like you could just
Especially
say
with
it's banned.
especially with the coronavirus thing happening.
Yeah. No, like nowadays, if it's like there's a
Yeah.
tournament happening right now, you
Mhm.
could just say, okay, you can't do it. It's banned.
Yeah.
But like afterwards, like next year, it should be patched out.
Gabriel likes controversy like this.
I do. I love game tournament controversy.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing
Mhm.
ever. I feel like there's another one that I'm not remembering, but yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, she's wet.
A lot of the controversy.
Raining.
It's raining.
Yeah, it's raining. It's been raining.
A lot of the controversies are just like specific rules.
Yeah.
I remember there was one Smash Bros. One where like this guy was playing. It was like these two guys playing, and then like a guy got mad because he lost a life, and he went like that to his controller, and his controller got disconnected.
Oh.
And so the other person was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pause it so that you can plug your controller back in." And so
Yeah.
he paused it, and then the guy plugged his controller back in. And as soon as he unpaused it, he goes, "Oh, he needs to lose his stock." And he was like, everybody was like, "Why?" Like he paused it so that you could do it. He's like, "Yeah, but in the rules it says you can't pause it or else you give up a stock." And that was in the rules, and he had to give up his stock.
Wow.
Yeah. So he paused it for the guy that unplugged his controller.
Damn.
And I think they updated it so that if you unplug your controller, you lose the match.
If you unplug the controller,
Yeah,
even by accident,
by accident, yeah, you lose the match.
damn.
Because they don't want that happening. Because like I don't know, people were being nice. Because it was just like okay. Because everybody else was saying that like okay, so technically you unplugged your controller, that means you left the match.
But why not? Why not? Everything just pauses and then like nothing happens. It just the game continues.
I think it's just like I don't know. The thing is like the guy was trying to be nice to the guy who
no, but I'm
unplugged his
saying,
controller
yeah.
by accident.
Why isn't the rule like if in an event of a controller unplugging,
Yeah.
someone has to pause it, you know?
Yeah.
And then that's
I don't know. It could be like that, but I think
Yeah.
they changed it so that like if you unplug your controller, you're out.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Could have
Yeah,
just
right.
he could have just not paused it and not moved.
Yeah, he could have, but I don't know. He's just being nice, saving the timer too. There's always the timer going on. So
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he was just being nice. He was like, "Let me just pause it for you."
If he would have like just killed him.
That would have been fine. Yeah.
Yeah?
He could have just hit him off the thing, but he paused it. He was.
That's what I'm
being
saying. He
nice,
could have
yeah.
been nice.
The thing is, it was also a
of not
local
doing
tournament. It's not
anything.
even a big tournament.
Yeah.
It was like a local tournament, and he was just like, he was like,
Douchebag.
yeah. I was
Did
like,
he win?
He ended up winning, and everybody was like, I hate this dude. And then Leffen at a big tournament. When you're doing teams, if you lose all your life and your opponent, and your teammate has lives, you could press start to steal one of their lives, so you come back in.
Yeah.
And so one time, this guy lost what he thought was his last life, and so he mashed start to get the life back from his teammate, but then he ended up pausing it.
Oh, and he lost.
He unpaused it.
Oh my
And then
God.
he was just like, nope. Leffen was like, no, you gotta get him out. And so he ended up giving away his last life that he didn't want to give away.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was just like, dang.
That's funny.
Damn, Leffen's a savage for that.
Oh, dude. He was like, yo, he's all about the W, yo.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even care. You pause the game, you're out. Like, you lose a life. I think it's just one stock you lose.
He did that for the
But
money.
it was his last. It was his
He did
last
that for the
stock.
money.
Yeah, OD.
I guess the difference is like when you're on like an esports team, like
Yeah. It was a bigger tournament that Leffen was in. The one that the other guy was in was like a small.
but are those
ass,
people
like,
are people that do like like Smash and stuff? Are they sponsored by anyone or no?
Yeah.
Oh, they are.
TSM, Cloud9.
Oh, they're part of the
yeah.
Oh, so they're part of a league. They're part of a what's it called? An org organization.
I know it's TSM, Cloud9.
There's a lot of
What's the one that?
yeah.
I'm not
Cloud9 is
remembering.
in Smite too. Well,
TSM
I don't know
is-
if they. I don't know if they. backed
TSM
out.
is usually like first person shooters. I
Mm.
think
What's TSM stand for? What's that?
Team Solo Mid. Yeah.
That sounds like League though.
I think that's in Hearthstone as well, though.
Oh, yeah?
Really? TSM?
Yeah, there's a lot of teams. There's a game going on today. Smite. But yeah.
I know they have. I'm really trying to remember the other teams.
Isn't like MGM one
M-
of them? Isn't
Something
it?
like that.
There's an Optic.
Optic. I don't think they have any melee players.
Oh, they're all just.
I don't think
first
Optic
person
has
shooters.
melee players. Yeah. But I know the big ones are TSM, Cloud9, and I'm trying to remember the one Hungrybox is part of, but I don't. I don't remember what he's. I don't remember what he's in. I'm about to look it up, yo. Liquid, Team Liquid.
Oh, Liquid.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, I think all those teams played on Smite too.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are now. Yeah. But yeah, we're like an hour and 26 minutes. I think that was a good episode. We covered a lot. We have to think of other things to tier list.
Courage the Cowardly Dog, I think, should be one, definitely. It's probably in there already.
Maybe.
It's
yeah.
probably on the
yeah,
website.
I'll take a look.
Yeah. What else, Moment? What else should we tier list?
I don't know. We'll think of something though.
Yeah, we'll
We'll
think
do-
something
yeah.
I'll definitely get something.
through
Yeah.
the week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So that TBD.
TBD.
He's gotta do that at least once every episode.
That's true. Took a shower yesterday. I feel like my beard is nice and soft.
Tacky? Tacky or Taki?
Tacky.
Tacky? I'm gonna say it's tacky.
Boiled.
Dinosaurs.
Tacky boiled dinosaurs.
Understood.
Isn't that the grow ones? They start off small.
Yeah, there you
and
go.
then you grow them. Tacky
You don't boil
tacky
them, though.
boiled dinosaurs.
Okay,
Definitely don't boil them.